Hi and welcome to a new video on my channel. Today I want to show you how to follow a mosaic crochet pattern to create a bookmark. If you want to, you can sew it up into a cup cozy. This is a very simple pattern that I just created for you, so let's get started. To make this project you will need 2 colors of yarn, the pattern, and a hook that goes with your yarn. In my case, I'm using a 6mm Tunisian crochet hook because I want it to be pointy. This pattern I just made up, and you will also find it on the blog in a much nicer presentation. And now I will show you how to read this very basic pattern. In this tutorial we will be following along this chart that I created, which is also available in a nicer format on the blog. Each row we make in one color. So we only change color at the beginning of the row. We don't count the first stitch in the pattern because this is just the loop at the beginning of the row. We will be making the first real stitch in each row with the designated color so we know what color it is. Plus the last stitch we'll also be making in the same color. So these 2 stitches are not part of the pattern. Just like in regular crochet mosaic, we have alternating rows of different colors. And to create the mosaic effect, we will be making tall stitches wherever we encounter one of these arrows. So one arrow signifies that you need to work a tall stitch to cover the stitches below. And this way you create a pattern with the 2 colors. So let's try it out. As you can see from the pattern, we need to have 9 starting stitches plus 1 more loop on the hook, which is the first stitch. In this pattern we begin with a dark color. We make a slip knot and put it on the hook. We chain 9 and we pick up 9 loops in the back bumps of the chains. At the end of the row we chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2 to return to the beginning of the row, but stop when you have 2 loops left on the hook. Then you pick up color 2, or the light color in this case, and finish the return pass using this second color. Now we have a regular row with color 2. As you can see, there are no arrows on this row because it's not possible to make the tall stitches on the second row. At the end of the row, we insert the hook behind the 2 vertical bars, chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2 to return. But stop when you have 2 loops on the hook, switch back to the dark color or color 1 and finish the return pass with this color. On row 3 we have 2 regular stitches, so insert the hook normally and pick up a loop, and then we have 1 tall stitch. To make this tall stitch we don't work into the row right below, we work into the row below that one. To do that we look at the stitches below, we insert the hook behind the 2 vertical bars of the stitch below. So not just the front vertical bar but the back as well. We pull up a loop, chain 1. This is a front post extended simple stitch. Then we have 3 regular stitches. Then we have 1 more tall stitch, so we insert the hook behind the 2 vertical bars, pull up a loop, chain 1, and we finish with 1 simple stitch and the last stitch. Chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2 to the beginning, stopping when you have 2 loops on the hook, and switch to the other color. On the next row we have 3 simple stitches. Then we have a tall stitch, one simple stitch, 1 more tall stitch, and then 2 simple stitches and the last stitch. Chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2 to the beginning, stopping when you have 2 loops on the hook, and switch back. On row 5, which is row 4 of the pattern repeat, we have 1 simple stitch, 1 tall stitch, 2 simple stitches, 1 tall stitch, 2 simple stitches, 1 tall stitch, and the last stitch. We return, changing the color at the beginning of the row or at the end of the return pass. Row 6 or row 5 of the pattern repeat, 2 simple stitches, 1 tall stitch, 3 simple stitches, 1 tall stitch, 1 simple stitch, the last stitch, and then chain 1 and yarn over, pull through 2 to return until you have 2 loops left on the hook. Switch color, and now we have the last row in the repeat, 3 simple stitches, 1 tall stitch, 1 simple stitch, 1 tall stitch, 2 simple stitches, and the last stitch. And then return and switch color at the end of the row. Now you can continue working in this pattern, but we have to make one adjustment here, because as you can see we have these white spaces on this row, which means that there are tall stitches here. But of course on the second row of the actual object that you're making, you cannot make these tall stitches here, but you can make them on the next repeat of the pattern. So let's see what that looks like. We have 1 simple stitch, 1 tall stitch, 2 simple stitches, 1 tall stitch, 2 simple stitches, 1 tall stitch, and the last stitch. Then we return and we change color at the end of the return pass. Just continue following this pattern, and then you'll have a very nice Tunisian crochet mosaic project that you use to learn this technique. If you want to, you can multiply this pattern sideways. As you can see, the pattern repeats. So if you want to make multiples on the horizontal, you can repeat this 6 stitch pattern and 6 stitches like this. So I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you to learn how to do mosaic crochet, and I hope that you will try out some of the patterns that are created inspired by Romanian traditional motifs. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video has been useful. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you want to know when I publish more videos about different techniques and patterns in crochet and Tunisian crochet. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!